Hi YouTube, welcome to episode 3. Today I have got a bit of a confession. I've left the option for my audio to be included in my VODs and my recordings turned off. So the entirety of a 4-hour stream ready for episode 3 has been muted and I can't get the audio back. So today's going to be a little bit different. So I'll include a bunch of bits and pieces. I will steal the key commentary off the game, so I'll go back to that. But you're going to miss out on a lot of sort of the talk and the explanations of some tactics, which there are some really interesting changes. So keep an eye on Jamie. He was on one today, so yeah. Enjoy. Okay, right. So the end of episode 2, this is where we found ourselves. So I was top of the division, managed to scrub myself up there with 5 wins on the bounce, only conceding 1 goal. That was my form in the last 5 games. Jamie and Connor both struggling down in 13th and 14th. Not ideal. They've got 7 points from 7 games. They're both from the same goal difference. Both got exactly the same amount of wins, draws and losses. And that is their 2's form. So not ideal for those two. Pretty good for me. Going into episode 3. Hoping I can continue my form and the boys can improve theirs and start to work their way back up the table to give them a fighting chance. So that's where we are. Okay, so tactics-wise, at the start of episode 3, my tactics are exactly the same. I have not changed a thing because I've won 5 in the bout and only conceded 1. So absolutely no reason to change anything. So Connor has made a bit of a change. So he has moved to a 4-3-1-2, and he's gone sort of more cautious with it. After losing a few games on the bounce, he's probably right in going a bit more cautious. So he's changed that. He's now got an attacking midfielder with these 2 strikers as well, and they're both a bit more sort of progressed as strikers, no centre forward option or anything like that. With Jamie stayed with the 4-4-2, but I'm not going to show you what he's changed to in the last few games. I'm going to let that be a nice surprise for you. Yeah, you're going to be surprised at the outcome. But yeah, that's the tactic so far. So, sometimes you just have one of those games where you should be winning, but the world decides it's against you. So just look at these stats for a second. So 17 shots to 3 shots, 5 shots on target to 1 shot on target. They scored with that 1 shot on target. It's just let that sink in. Like that's a loss for me. That is incredibly frustrating. Luckily, after that frustrating loss, I've got on to record 2 wins and see out the rest of October undefeated. So, it's not too bad. Also in this game, I managed to get a new nickname for one of my strikers. So his name is Chima Easy, and because he's bagged a hat-trick, I've decided to nickname him Threezy in the hope that he gets more hat-tricks going forward. So Jamie won his last game of episode 2. Was looking to get another few points on the board. So he goes into playing against Techney Rovers, and comes away with a nice 4-3 win, so he gets back-to-back wins. Unfortunately for Jamie, though, his form is the opposite of mine. So he wins his first game and then goes on to record back-to-back 3-2 losses in his next 2 games to end out October, and finishes on 10 points. But not a lot going on for Connor in the next few games. So he wins the first game 2-0 against Cleveland Reserves, and then records back-to-back 1-0 losses in his next 2 games to round out with 10 points, exactly the same as Jamie from October. Okay, so November now. So start of November, I'm top of the league. Jamie and Connor are 12 and 13 respectively. So I have a relatively good month. I win 3, lose 1. Unfortunately, lost 4-3 to Cleethorpes in that first game. Did happen to play Connor and beat him 2-1 with 3Z scoring twice, which is always nice. Connor's month, not too bad. Loses 1, draws 1, wins 2. His loss coming against me, and then draws against relegation rival in Netlem. Does beat Jamie 3-1. Jamie's month, probably the worst. So wins the first game of the month, then loses to two relegation rivals in Netlem and Connor, and then draws 1-1 with Brig under 21s. So that leaves us at the end of the month pretty much the same place. So Connor's a little bit ahead of Jamie. I'm still top of the league, I think, by a point at this point. Okay, December. So, magic happens in December. Apparently, in this division, a lot of goals are scored in December. So, my form is good. Win my 3 games. 4-3, 3-1, 4-2. There's the stat. Keeps me comfortably top of the league. Takes me 10 points clear. Connor's form's pretty good. He wins 2, draws 1. Does me a very big favour by beating Lincoln United under 21s to keep them a bit away from me in the division as well. That's always handy. You know, I said at the start of the video I was going to tell you about the tactics of Jamie later on. So, Jamie, I think, had pretty much given up at this point. He was on the verge of being sacked. He'd had a poll of his fans. 77% had come back and said, yeah, sack him. Basically was told if a game didn't go his way, then he was on the chopping block, pretty much. So he decided to just pretty much just throw in the towel, and this was his tactics that he put in for a game. As you can see at the top, didn't go very well. He got absolutely murdered 8-1. Yeah, so he decided that didn't go very well. So he decided to switch it up, okay? So his new tactics, he has changed to this. So when asked about why he chose the tactics, what he did was he just did the accept everything on his assistant manager's suggestions, and then he made a formation because it looks like an arrow. And I'm gonna play the next 2 games. I'm just gonna play all the goals in them, and I'm just gonna let you decide for yourself whether this worked. Now, I don't know if he's found a bug in the game that is sort of suggested that this formation can win by a lot of goals. But he scored 14 goals in 2 games. He won 5-1 and 9-2 by changing his formation to an arrow. I'll be honest, if it didn't happen live on stream for me, I wouldn't have believed it. But there you go. If you struggle, change your tactic to an arrow. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get Jamie to talk us through this in the next video. So keep an eye out for episode 4, where I'm going to try and get a bit more information on what he was thinking with this tactic. But yes, from there, so that's the end of episode 4. The league table, what we'll do is I'll give you a rundown of the league table. I'm topped by 10 points. Connor's managed to move himself up to 8th, which is a pretty good position because he's actually within reaching distance of 6th as well from there. And Jamie has, with those back-to-back big wins, shuffled himself away from the bottom of the table. So he's now 7 points clear of Crowell Colts. So hopefully he's not in danger of imminently being sacked. So, moving into episode 4, we'll see where that goes. Hopefully I can win the league. 10 points clear. I should be from here. And and hopefully the other two can continue their move up the league. And yeah, be a successful season. Thanks for watching.